Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Tim Card, your friendly neighborhood MotoRealtor. Sitting here just a couple miles in front of Mannheim, Pennsylvania. Cruising around here today, talking about making an offer on a home. It is spring buying season, which also means it's spring selling season. Which means that there'll be a lot of people writing offers on houses. Now, the market is still very much in favor of the sellers. Not as strongly as it was a year ago, but there's still significantly more buyers than there is inventory. Right? So what that means is that most houses are probably going to have multiple offers on them. You're going to walk into a competitive situation pretty much no matter what you do. So what ways can you sweeten the pot? And we know that, the best way, of course, is to throw more money at it. But throwing more money at it doesn't always make the deal better. In some ways, if there's other things involved like inspections or repairs that need to get done, throwing more money on it may not necessarily fix the problem. Right? It may still not be worth it to go through the hassle or the risk of a deal falling apart for inspections. So what other ways can you sweeten the pot? One is just that. You can limit or mediate the number of inspections that you have on your offer. It's a pretty little house there. Not bad. So you can waive the home inspection. You can waive the termites and wood destroying insect. You can waive the radon. Not that it's necessarily a good idea to do that, but it's a discussion you should have with your realtor about what is the best way to make sure that our deal is as clean as possible. If it's a really old house and it clearly needs work, an inspection's not a bad idea. If it's a brand new house and your buyers are willing to take on some of that risk, maybe not a bad idea to skip the inspections. Buy a home warranty to cover some of the really big ticket items that might go wrong in the first year. So there's ways around that. There's ways that we can do things to make them work. So that's one way, is to play with the inspections. Another thing you can do is to pay the seller's side of the transfer tax. In every deal in Lancaster County, there's a 2% transfer tax on the real estate. And usually it's split. 1% to the buyer, 1% to the seller. You could offer to split that the other way and to have your buyer offer to pay all of the 2% transfer tax. In most houses that's a couple $1,000s. So that could be something that might sweeten the pot a little bit. Another thing you can do is something called an escalation clause. Now some places, some guys, some realtors don't allow this, or specifically say don't give us one of these. And some are okay with it. I've had success both ways. So it depends on the buyers and the sellers and how things are working. But what an escalation clause does is say our deal is $350, but we really want the house. We're willing to pay $375. So we will beat whatever the next best offer is in whatever increments, usually $1,000 or $2,000 increments, up to your max offer. So if you have a situation where you offer $350 and someone else offers $355, but you have an escalation clause that said you'll beat it by $2,000, your offer jumps up now to $357. And the selling agent has to show you the deal that you beat. They can't just say, oh great, you took the higher offer, everybody's happy. But they've got to make it obvious. They've got to tell you that you have beaten this deal, and now your offer is that. So those are three ways that you can make your offer a little sweeter. One is to get creative with your inspections and decide what things you can and can't live with, what risk you're willing to assume. Another is to offer to pay the seller's side of the real estate transfer tax. And the third, if you feel that you're in a competitive situation, is to include an escalation clause with your offer if the listing agent is allowing it. So thanks for coming by. This is your friendly neighborhood MotoRealtor. If you need help buying a house, I would love to help you out. If you need help selling a house, I would also love to help you out. It's a great time of year to do it. We're coming into the second quarter. Interest rates are going to do what they're going to do, and there's not a whole lot we can have control over that. But the housing prices seem to be softening a bit. Oh, I love this bike. Oh, yeah. The prices seem to be coming down a little bit to reflect the higher interest rates. So give me a call. The number's here on the screen. I'd love to hear from you. Have a fantastic, beautiful spring weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.